Good evening and welcome to Apna Watan TV. This is Global Lens and I'm Saadia Afzaal. You know, we never used to think of rain as a threat. The concept of rain was of a blessing, the kind of thing that made children dance in the streets and elders thank the heavens. Rain meant life. But it changed a few years ago, and in August 2025, rain meant something else. It meant death. It meant destruction. It meant floodwaters rising higher than rooftops, washing away houses, histories, and whole families. It happened fast, as it always seems to. We had heard stories about heavy rain warnings, the kind you often dismiss. We have heard them before, haven't we? But this wasn't just rain. It was a cloudburst, a brutal, sudden, sky-shattering storm that poured the sky into our streets like punishment. Within hours, flash floods turned villages into graveyards. Over 320 people died in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa alone. Bunair, Shangla, Swat. We saw people dragged from their homes by water that moved like it had a soul of its own. We saw mothers screaming for their children. We saw mudslides bury entire streets like they were never there. In Punjab, the rivers rose, Ravi, Chenab, Satluj, swollen and wild. You know, some say that water came from India, from dam releases. Others say it was just nature, a cruel alignment of weather and bad luck. Whatever the reason, over 150,000 people were evacuated from their homes in Punjab. Lahore was flooded, so was Rawalpindi. City and village, no one was safe. Rich or poor, north or south, Sindhi or Pashtun, the water did not discriminate. Karachi became a city of boats. The drains overflowed like someone had forgotten to build a city for rain. Water carried cars like leaves in a gutter. People waded through chest-deep filth just to get bread. And Balochistan? You won't hear much from there. Their suffering is quieter, further away from cameras. But they too bled. Children died when rooftops collapsed. Roads vanished under the mud. And humanitarian aid, sometimes it never arrives. Then in the north, Gilgit-Baltistan, it wasn't the rain that brought terror. It was the melting glaciers, glacial lake outburst floods. Think of it like a giant bowl of ice water perched on a mountain. The heat builds, the ice melts, and then it bursts, just like that. Lives lost, bridges broken, villages isolated. People ask, why does this keep happening to Pakistan? Let me tell you. We are the 5th most climate vulnerable country in the world. Our land is blessed but brittle. From Himalayan peaks to Indus Plains, we are trapped between drought and deluge. Monsoons are stronger, less predictable. Infrastructure, weak. Drainage, outdated. Preparedness, often none. But worst of all, the poorest suffer the most. Every single time. They build homes in floodplains because they have no choice. They lose their homes because no one helps them move. And when it's over, they're told, rebuild. With what? Their memories? But amidst the wreckage, you find light. Young boys forming human chains to rescue elders. Doctors treating the injured under tents. Volunteers distributing food, water, and dry clothes, even when they had none themselves. Ordinary people becoming heroes. You know what hurts the most? That we forget. We move on when the water drains, when the media leaves, when the hashtags fade. But for the survivors, the flood never ends. It lives in nightmares, in missing school books, in the empty space at dinner tables, in the silence of homes where laughter used to live. So let's stand, not just for those who died, but for those who lived, for the families still rebuilding, for the children who will grow up believing that rain is an enemy. And I ask you, what will we do differently? Will we build stronger homes? Will we invest in dams that protect? Will we finally stop pretending that climate change is someone else's problem? Because the water is rising, and next time it could come for you. Let's not wait for the next flood to remember who we are. Let's act now, not out of fear, but out of love. This is Saadia Afzaal for Apna Watan TV.
You are watching Apna Watan.